It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the pledge of allegiance on the 4th of July. It's the handwritten letters from home. It's the sleepless nights alone. Newborn baby you left at your wife. It's the red, white, and blue. Lay down his life. It's the red, white, and blue. While these stars in the stripes. From the hills of Indiana, from the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, while these stars in the stripes.
Battle on the Homefront TV. We're here. Mike Harriman, my buddy, my amigo. You've been on the show before.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Bronze Star, 4 Purple Hearts, a bullet magnet, the man.
Yep. Some people's only professional talent's getting shot.
Yeah. Give us a little quick bio entry. And
Bronze Star, 4 Purple Hearts, former infantryman. 4th Purple Heart, I was shot in the face with a 57 millimeter anti-armor rocket. Woke up in a coma 2 weeks later at Walter Reed. Had an Arabic nurse and a hijab. I thought I got captured. Tried killing her multiple times. Tried killing multiple nurses. Yeah. Multiple nurses. Like, had a traumatic experience in that. And stayed there for a couple weeks, and then they moved me on off to San Antonio.
Yeah. How long was you there before you finally got out of the Army?
Oh man, I was so messed up because like they gotta try to put you back together the most that they can, which they didn't. The Army sent me out even without a pair of teeth, and so I was still in the military for another 4 years after that, just floating from different position to position. I went to division and I stayed up at division for a long time. Under the sergeant major there. Crazy thing, he kissed me on the face, on my lips. And then he
loves
went over,
you, bro. You're lucky you ain't this close to me. I do the same thing.
He went over to my wife at the time and kissed her on the lips. And I just looked at her like, puck her up. Like, hey, that's our major. Like, if he gives you the tongue, like, you got to respect it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to get that promotion, babe. Do it.
Hey, it's a business sergeant major, too. But so I went up there and worked with him and went through a lot of stuff. Final position that I ended up having at Riley was combat lifesaver instructor, because I did combat lifesaver in combat twice, and on top of that, I was a combat victim, I guess is what you would call it. And so, like, whenever I would tell my story, I would get to basically tell it from, you know, the wounded point of view. The crazy thing is, you know, they tell you in combat lifesaver, the first thing you got to ask them is, are you okay? Because a lot of people don't realize it. And, yeah, I mean, it's true. Like, whenever I got hit with the rocket, like, he was right here in my face asking me if I'm okay. And I'm just like, dude, get out of my face. Like, I'm fine. And then, like, yeah, that's whenever all the gurgling started to happen. I realized
you were not okay.
Yeah.
You were not okay.
Yeah. My lower half of my face is gone.
How fast did they get a 9-line and get you out?
It was about an hour.
No shit.
Yeah, because I heard that was one of the things, like, while I was dying, is I heard the track commander yell, "Where's the medevac? I called for it 47 minutes ago." So it was after 47 minutes, you know, that I was medevaced.
They're just pumping you full of morphine and...
No, I just sat in the back of the track and bled.
You was in shock, I'm guessing?
No, I wasn't in shock yet. I didn't get in shock until the helicopter arrived. Whenever the helicopter arrived and I could feel the wind blowing down on me, And I could feel all the blood on my skin and everything. Like, it started making me cold, and I started shivering then. So, yeah, I started going into shock then.
That's a wild experience. I can
Yeah.
imagine. So
They put me in a body bag.
Did they?
Carted me off. Yeah, they did. Because, I mean, you're infantry, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't carry no damn stretcher out there. Like, the body bag is your stretcher. So, yeah, they just didn't zip me up all the way.
that's like bad juju. That's like taking a nap in a coffin. Like, you know how they say
Well,
it's
I
like
mean,
bad
yeah,
juju?
but I don't think I was alive. I don't know. I don't think I was alive then. I don't know what I was.
They thought you were KIA and put you in there?
I don't know. I don't know what I was. I was outside my body watching it, so I don't know if I'm alive there. I never asked. Like, you know what I mean? I never
We're opening them
asked.
boxes now. We're
Yeah.
thinking back then. But so what was navigating life when you got out though? Obviously, because like
Well, I mean, in was a challenge too because, I was in the military, still back in them days in the Army. If you whispered the word PTSD, you were out.
Yeah.
Quick.
Was it Invasion? What year was this?
The 2004.
Yeah, it's right after.
So, man, like, you didn't even mention PTSD. Yeah. If you even said them
it was
words,
a stigma.
your career
It was still a
was
stigma
over.
then.
I don't know what it was now. Like, I know they're giving it more attention.
Oh, for sure.
Than what they were now. But, I mean, especially in the infantry unit,
Yeah.
like, it was like,
That was
hey,
considered weakness.
Yeah, like, dude, why are you being a blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, PTSD was something that you didn't talk about. And not talking about it, like, I didn't exactly know what to expect of it. Like, especially whenever I first got hurt, like, I was scared because I didn't know what it was. Like, I saw PTSD as that Vietnam veteran growing up, digging the foxhole and Black Hawk Down and all this other type of stuff. And, yeah, man, like, it's not what PTSD is.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a real crazy. Me as well. I had PTSD. I didn't realize it, and so it was a real weird growth of confusion. You're like, you know what I mean? Like I remember that vividly. Of that transition of then finally accepting it. Of like, okay, well, this is what this is. This is why I am how I am, or I'm getting these feelings.
Well, and I mean, it's like also too, like, you don't know what your mind frame is going to be like because you see the people on TV and you're like, well, that dude seems like he's out of his mind. He's all off on a spaceship door gunner mission. Not really realizing that that's not even what PTSD is.
Yeah.
Like, for me, my PTSD. I had it right out here. There's a sticker on the wall, and I wasn't paying no attention, you know what I mean? And so, like, I just saw that sticker on the wall of that person, and it creeped me the hell out, you know what I mean? Like, I'm jumpy. But I call that reactive training. But more of my PTSD is like, dude, I don't watch war movies. I don't watch any of that type of stuff. Like, I tried watching The Devil's Double about Uday Hussein.
Oh yeah.
And all that other type of stuff, and I made it as far as the point of whenever it showed the videos, real videos, I believe too, of him torturing a woman on a bed, and she was just sitting there electrocuting. Man, during the ground war, we came through and we like took some of them prisons over, and I remember walking through them and like the freaking smell of them. And so, like, yeah, I can't watch that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, what it sounded like there. Like, we think prison sounds hollow and creepy here. It's nothing compared to Iraq. Like, you wouldn't want to catch me in them fucking cells.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. But, yeah, I mean, you talk about ghostly, like, creepy stuff. Another part of it, like, man, while I was in Iraq, it was kind of like a cool thing during the ground war. I always got taken back home, So while I was in Iraq, if I found a spot that took me back home, whenever I came back home and I go to that spot, it takes me back to Iraq. So for me, that spot is the Hippotarium at the zoo. If you go in there where the hippos and the elephants are, it's not as bad as what it used to be. But back in the day, man, that musk in there used to be like so much more. And so like during the ground war, you would know you were coming up on the cities because you would start to smell that. So like during the ground war, man, I would always be like, man, the zoo back in Oklahoma, you know what I mean? Kind of take me back there. But now I go to the zoo and I go in that fucking place and I'm just like, man.
Kills it.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm back there. Sometimes I gotta go back there, you know, just because I gotta go back to that spot sometimes. You know what I mean? I love the zoo. I love animals. Like, I want my own Joe Exotic. Like, you know what I mean? I really do. Without all that crazy nonsense.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I mean, I want like my own personal zoo. Like, I would love to have that. If I ever became a millionaire, like, that's what I would have. Yeah. Like, my own setup. But, yeah.
So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. Y'all check out our sponsors.
This is Brian Prater, owner of Prater Roofing Construction. Guys, listen, we're out here servicing Oklahoma and surrounding states. Definitely want to pay tribute to the men and women that fought for this country, any patriots. We service everybody. You can reach us at 405-334-7708, and we'd love to come to work for you. Thank you.
Battle on the Homefront TV. We're back with Mike, and we were just talking about exotic pets. But so, and you know, I got a pet skunk, and the breeder is wanting to work a deal with me to supply like 10 skunks a year to veterans as therapeutic animals.
Oh, wow.
So, bro, I got you. And I want some.
Well, we were talking about last time we hung out about that fox, and then it was just weird that I got that picture of that fox with that petting zoo.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, it's like a little cat, man. It was totally weird.
Yeah, those are like really cool. I seen that picture. Yeah, that's
$3,000.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, they get expensive.
Yeah, man. If I had the money to blow, I'd have everything.
I think because I wanted a bobcat, and my wife would not let me get a bobcat. They're about $2,500 for a pretty tall.
Have you saw them ones? They got some other.
Yes, they're like Egyptian looking
cats. Yeah, like $8,000. Yeah, hey, great. I'd take one of them too.
Yeah, no.
I'm pretty sure if I got rich, I'd die by my tiger eating me.
Bro, do not get a monkey. I watched a video of that lady in her car. Did you see that? The lady in her car, and she's like...
I would love my monkey until it threw shit at me, and then someone would have to come put my monkey down.
No, even worse is it rips your face off. The video that I seen, the lady was in her car talking to the police and saying... our monkey killed my husband. It ripped his face off. When you get here, shoot the monkey.
Yeah.
Bro, and she was pinned up in her car, and the monkey just went ape shit crazy, dude, and killed her husband. So don't get a monkey if you get rich and buy exotic pets.
Monkeys sound sketchy.
Yeah, bro. I would be super concerned.
Maybe, like, have you seen them pocket monkeys that's on Facebook?
Yeah.
Like, that'd be cool to have a little pocket monkey.
And so I've looked into all the exotic pets a little bit. And the deal with monkeys, even the little Reese's and stuff like that, I watched this guy on TikTok that has one. He's like, listen, if you want any kind of life, do not get a monkey. They're like having a child all the time, nonstop, attention, diapers, the feeding, like it's nonstop. And so I think that's probably why there's a bunch of them down in the Florida swamps, because people got them as pets and they let them loose.
No way.
Dude, the Florida swamps got orangutans, anacondas.
I know they got like a bunch of snakes.
Yeah, like, anacondas are down there.
But I saw something on Facebook the other day that they're using cameras and artificial intelligence to find the snakes out in the swamps, and they're capturing them.
Thermals, right? Like you could use flare. So if we're okay, you said space or something, but so I gotta ask you, what do you think about all the UFO footage, bro, that's being released?
I've been screaming it for years, but I mean,
and this is what we were talking about earlier. Is like, listen, this is the quickest way to get a massive defense budget increased through the government by releasing these UFO footages.
Listen, we got interstellar proctologists running around. That's scary.
What is that?
An interstellar proctologist?
Killing me, bro.
Come on, man. That's creepy.
No, I think it's
came all this way to look up there.
Yeah, I didn't catch it for a second, and then I was trying to twist it into a dirty joke, and then I was like, oh wait, he already made one. Yeah, I think that's a whole nother monster, bro.
Man, like that's scary stuff. Like I've been telling everyone, like, man, I've been in combat, like I've done some shit, but I'm telling you right now, this alien stuff is y'all.
I'm out, bro.
Yeah. I'm out. I washed my hands of it. Like, listen, when this day comes, don't call me. Because I won't be answering the phone. I won't be around nowhere.
Dude, if the amount...
This will be my real, like, Black Hawk Down, Harriman's off the rocker.
Bro, the amount of chaos... If like what we were talking about earlier, in a spaceship came in and landed, or, you know, hovering, whatever, the amount of chaos, though... You know how many people would be KIA just from the burning, looting?
No, man, because in the first 5 minutes, you're going to lose a lot of people in car wrecks. Because people are just going to be like...
tripping.
Like, and then they're going to be like just double taken. And then, like, I've had it happen to me one time before. I saw something. And whenever I saw it, man, like... I looked, I was like, surely that's not. And I looked back again, and it was still there. And so that's why I'm saying, like, the first time I saw one, the only time I saw one, I had to look back again because I didn't believe I saw it. Like, I was like, okay. And, like, even afterwards, I was like, okay, like, man, I was going through some stuff that time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe
I'm tripping.
Like, I was tripping, you know what I mean? Like, they say sometimes you get stressed, like, you can see stuff. Like, that's always what the government told people.
Psychosis, yeah.
You know what I mean? Whenever they saw UFOs, hey, have you been under stress? Yeah. Well... And so, like, I'm talking my own self into my own experience. Like, hey, you were stressed out, man. You know, you were stressed out.
I had one other than seeing the Elon Musk Starlink, and I totally thought that was one. And I saw that. I was
night
tripping
too.
out. But
I got my neighbor, and like I was screaming at my neighbor, Jimmy, get out here and look. Yeah, he kicked out the door like a damn Delta Force operator, thinking something bad was going on outside. Nope, it was Starlink.
Yeah, no, but other than that, because that was Starlink. But I think I know I did, and I had an experience up in the sky. I seen a burning thing, and then all of a sudden, and I mean, it went what looked like 2 foot across the sky, which that means it's fucking thousands of miles, right? Mm-hmm. But it burned the brightest orange green, and it was that quick. But it didn't come down; it was across, and that's the only time that I like truly was like, oh shit, that's weird.
Well, I mean, you got to think what's going on so deep that the American government's admitting that this stuff is real because they've been gaslighting the hell out of anyone else.
When you think about it. Space Force.
Oh,
just in the last...
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. Whenever Trump made the Space Force, the first thing I thought of is really what he's doing is he's just taking all the black budget projects that are going towards space and giving them a home to where people's not like, oh, what's this big old black budget thing? Well, now you know it's the Space Force.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
The amount of shit the Space Force guys are going to get. Like, we gave a shit to the Air Force guys and the Navy guys, bro. Space Force is going to catch more shit now.
Now that all this stuff is going on, the next question is what about Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
you believe on Bob Lazar, he was talking about element 115.
That's crazy.
Back in the 90s.
I know, and then it come up as an element.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then now it's actually used as fuel.
Yes.
And stuff
yeah,
like
that was with the Area 51 stuff.
Yeah. And he was talking about that at least one of these came from an ancient dig site.
Yeah.
And that they just had to store it because they didn't know how to study it. Like,
Yes.
they're like, listen, this is obviously something beyond our comprehension.
Yeah.
Be like a kid going in, like, trying to study a nuclear bomb. Like, hey, you clipped the wrong wire. We're all dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and this is something beyond even that comprehension. You know what I mean?
Bob, he was talking about they were doing test flights at Area 51, and man, that's a whole monster of a story right there.
And see, you want to hear something really
They're
creepy?
using element 115 though as the fuel source to those.
Okay, so like me and you always hear them stories in the military, right? And one of the stories I heard was from a special operations guy that talked about whenever you get out, you get contracted to work at those type of bases. And I'm even going to go out further on that. This dude was talking about that there's like multiple, like, and that they trade with humans. And if you go and you look on YouTube now, that stuff is actually coming up. Really? And I'm like, dude, I heard about this in the military.
Wow.
Like back in the 2000s.
Wow.
And so it's like, that's another thing. Like if that stuff's really going on, that's kind of scary.
That's
man.
wild.
Yeah,
I love this episode. Joe Rogan ain't got shit on us here at Battle on the Homefront TV. Stick around, check out our sponsors. Battle on the Homefront TV. Hey, big shout out to my sponsors. I greatly appreciate y'all. If you're a company, if you'd like to get involved with Battle on the Homefront TV and help support us and our mission, please reach out to me. Man, great combo. So hold on. So earlier we were talking. I was saying something. Yeah, man. Like, you know, I got a lot going on, just negative shit. And you're like, yeah, bro. Like Jupiter is not in line.
Yeah, Mercury's in retrograde, man.
Please So what got you on the path of all that?
Just like, I don't know, if you definitely listen to the last show that I was on, you hear a lot more in detail about me having an out-of-body experience and stuff like that whenever I died. So I really try to keep like a high spiritual me. I forgot. Man, my TBI kicked in.
That's all good.
What were we talking about?
About what got you into universe, the planets aligned.
That's right. So,
bro, you got hit in the face with a 57 millimeter, so you got to pass, my friend.
No, I get sidetracked. So yeah, that's actually a symptom of my TBI. Like I chase squirrels, and then I'm off the subject. But no, like in doing so, like. I've shared with you that like whenever I died and I was in the body bag, I looked up at the sky and it was something that was like, I can't even describe. So, I mean, there's forces above us. I consider myself a believer in God, but I don't know if I'd exactly say I am full-fledged Christian.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I feel like religions are used a lot to try to control the populace, but I really believe in a higher self. And so, it's just me trying to stay spiritually fit. So I really do look into that stuff. I notice that stuff really in me. Like,
and when it comes to that right there, the way that I translate that is, God, he is a grand designer, and everything he puts together, you know what I mean? So I'm the same way.
You know what I honestly think God is? This is a thought I had. Like a nebula. a nebula that like produces stars. Like, man, it's just like pure energy that creates life. And around these stars, other life comes. Like, I think man is confused on what it means to exist. Like, they think that it has to look like us or it has to be materialistic. Like, no, man, there's so much more above us, like, consciously, that we're not aware of.
Yeah, I went through a pretty rough depression patch a couple months ago, and I remember thinking, like, I was like, I'm at the fucking point now. I'm ready to start trying crystals. You know what I mean? Like, and I truly though believe that everything has an energy, a frequency.
Well, see, and that's really what it is, man. Because my PTSD got so, out of hand. That it's like, man, I have to bring in these good vibes. I have to bring in, and whenever, like, stuff like Mercury is in retrograde and stuff like that, like, so I can.
Explain that. Explain that.
Well, I say it jokingly, and I want to speak on this, but I don't feel like I'm qualified to. Like, I just do this for my own personal stuff. Tell me but basically, whenever Mercury is in retrograde, it means, like...
It's like the opposite of...
turbulence.
Gotcha.
Turbulence, friction, like, basically, like, there's troubles ahead. Yeah. But everything always comes back up. Everything in retrograde always goes into program.
Everything has a season.
Yeah, there's seasons. So, yeah, right now that's our season.
I like it. I like it. How, so...
I have a CoStar app. And this CoStar app is actually cool because it's kind of like Facebook, but for astrology.
That's cool.
So, like, your friends can actually friend request you on it, and it'll say, like, you need an Earth moon in your life. Like, I have a buddy named David, and he's supposedly the Earth moon that I'm supposed to go to that's supposed to show me to be more sociable and shit like that.
I like that.
But he's my only friend on there, so I mean, I'm sure if I have more people on there,
I'm about to join it, bro. I'm
interested. Look it up.
I'm like, dude, I'm all about every tool in our arsenal to help us to have us better quality of life. I'm all about that and being open-minded to those things, and not in such a wide array. With natural medicine as well, cannabis, psilocybin.
Yes.
How do you feel about psilocybin?
I love it, man. I am a big supporter of it. 9 years opiate free. I've had my medical marijuana
You're
card.
a year sober on alcohol, right?
No, I'm 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. Yeah,
3
that's what
years.
I seen that the other day. Congratulations
3 years
on that.
sober, May 28th. No alcohol. The only thing I do is my medical.
Yeah, cannabis, man.
Yeah, cannabis.
That's what's up.
But mushrooms too. Psilocybin is awesome. You know, it's like going on a vacation and you don't have to pack.
And it's
you don't have
natural,
to
bro.
Yeah,
like that,
man. So much more of the natural stuff I'm finding out doesn't have the side effects that the man-made stuff does.
Oh, yeah.
You know, every single thing that a man makes that is pharmaceutical comes with 10 different freaking side effects.
Yeah.
And then you go to the VA and they'll start issuing you medications to start fighting the side effects instead of taking away medications. Yeah. So anything I can do to take away medication in my book is a plus.
I am 100% pharmaceutical free. I do not take nothing for anything for pharmaceuticals.
I wish I wasn't that crazy, but
I'm pretty fucking crazy.
Well,
but that's just because to me, especially the antidepressants, the antipsychotics, whatever that I have been, as you know, just like all of us, man, I've been prescribed a slew of
us
medicine.
Veterans are like the testing lab rats for everyone else's
they make me worse,
antidepressants.
They make me worse.
Like, us vets talk about, like, hey, what antidepressant you're on? I'm on Zoloft. Oh, man, that's so 2004.
Right.
What are you doing on Zoloft?
Right.
Holy crap. You know what I mean? Like,
and I can't remember. So it's either, it might be Prozac, but so, I blanked out. But
you could have a TBI.
I've hit my head a few times. I lost that one. But yeah, so psilocybin is, I think, a powerful tool, and just to open up your, like, it's a whole nother experience, dude.
It really is. And you know, I can like Pentecostals get really they call it like catching the Holy Ghost, right? And so like they get incredibly spiritual. And I told you like I really do. I have to keep a high spiritual self. I could catch the Holy Ghost on some mushrooms. I ain't playing. Like I really do. I feel a higher connection to God, whatever you use them. I'm gonna say from me dying, it's the closest I felt to dying. Like being dead, in other words. Like, I truly believe whatever you see mushrooms, you're seeing with your spiritual, your third eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to say that the thing in mushrooms that they activate is actually your God gland.
The pineal gland.
Yeah, your pineal gland is what it overloads. So, like, whenever you're tripping, you're basically overloading yourself with God. So, yeah.
Have you tried DMT?
No, I've never.
It's very powerful. It's short-lived. You know, it's real quick. So it's not a very like.
I would love to like DMT.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Like I said, if it's anything like mushrooms, like
it's honestly better, but it doesn't last as long.
But I haven't done
does.
anything
Ayahuasca
like
does.
LSD or anything like that since I was a kid. Like I've always been scared because the mushrooms are supposed to have like that natural thing in it that's supposed to make it good for antidepressants. So like you don't have a bad trip on them.
So I've had bad trips. You can have bad trips on mushrooms.
Cambodian ones I did.
Yeah. You can, but so it resets your neurotransmitters in your brain, and it's phenomenal for, if you've gone through a month of depression, I swear to God, it will make you good for 2 months afterwards, and you won't hit them lows. We all go through highs and lows, but
but you come back and you actually feel like you took a vacation, and you didn't have to go through the stress of traveling, fighting through all the mess, all the nonsense. It's just like you were on that spot on the beach and then teleported back to the house, and you get to go back to your stuff.
I love it, man. I know you said this is your last show you're doing. You're retiring from the spotlight, but I will get your ass back on the show, bro.
Man, I'm over it.
Hey, man, here. I appreciate you being on my show, brother. I love you.
No problem.
Battle on the Homefront TV. Joe Rogan ain't got shit on this show, but hey, thank you to all the sponsors. I greatly appreciate y'all. Stick around for next week's show.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the pledge of allegiance on the 4th of July. It's the handwritten letters from home. It's the sleepless nights alone. Newborn baby you left at your wife. It's the red, white, and blue. Lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. While these stars in the strife from the hill